I'm Eric Grant with Sailrite. In this tutorial video, we're going to show you how to make an anchor riding sail. This is a larger of 2 anchor riding sails that Sailrite offers, and this is a kit that you have to sew and put together. It's made of Top Gun fabric, which is an acrylic coated dacron that'll last a long time in the sun. And the corners have webbing that's Dyneema. It's very UV resistant and very strong. And we're going to show you how to build it here at Sailrite. When you get your anchor riding sail, it's going to come folded like this. This is Top Gun fabric, so it's an acrylic coated fabric. Just unroll it. And this is the large anchor riding sail. The smaller anchor riding sail will just be 1 panel, but this one will have 1 seam in it that'll have to be sewn together. And it'll be stapled like this to indicate how it's sewn together. And the patches are already pre-cut, and they're stapled onto the corners exactly where they go.
In this first chapter, we'll be sewing on our head and clew patches.
Okay, so we're not going to do this seam first. The patches here will have to be done after the seam is done. But to keep the panels small for this large one, we're going to first sew on these patches so that this panel can be separate and that set of patches. So we're going to remove these staples that Jeff, our plotter, put on and separate these panels, and we'll deal with these patches first. So this is the clew because it's labeled with a C. And this is the large one. It has 3 patches. So I'm going to turn this one over, and this is the middle one, and here is the smallest one. And what I like to do is I like to use the basting tape that's included in the kit. But I'm going to stick them all 3 together first, and then I'll baste it onto the sail. So I'll peel that off. Then I'm going to put this one back on, right, so that they're matched up. Obviously this one's bigger here, so this is what you should get. And then I'm going to put double-sided tape here and peel the transfer paper off. And then I'm going to flip this big one up like this, match up the top portion, stick it down and flip it over. And now I'm going to put double-sided tape on this side, all 3 sides, and baste it to the sail. And this will be done for all the patch assemblies, and I'll show you how we sew this one on next. Now, how it goes on the sail is totally dependent on the hems on the side. So these are the plotted lines for the hems, and the patch needs to go on so that it is up against the lines or very close to the lines, because that's our fold line for the hems. So just like that. So I put a phone on with the flashlight, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark where each one of these patches are lightly with a pencil, and you can see it right here. And I'm going to, yep, that's right where it is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly score it, making sure that it's obviously parallel with that first patch, which is right here. That way we can know exactly where we need to sew. And right there. Okay, we're going to set our machine up for zigzag, and we're going to set our stitch to about 4 millimeters in length, and our reverse in about 4 millimeters in length. And the kit comes with some scrap Top Gun, so we're going to fold it over twice and check our tension to make sure that we're happy with it. So let's check it out. Let's see what she looks like. We want the knot to be buried just a little bit on the top side here. Yeah, so I'm going to reverse back off the tension just a little bit and test again. We want that knot to be a little bit on the bottom side. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, I want to sew the small patch first. That means I'm going to be on this side of the pencil line that I drew. And I'm going to sew right over here and do some reverse stitching in my patch assembly. That should be enough. And we'll just sew right along my line. And then when I get to the end over here, I will do some reversing right there. Okay. That looks good right there. And then we're going to sew here, and then we're going to sew here, same manner. We're doing the same thing here with the head.
In this next chapter, we'll be seaming our panels together.
Okay, now that the head and clew patches are done, we're going to use the seam stick for the seam for the big one. The small one, you don't have to use the seam. And we're going to go all the way down here. It's marked seam line. That's going to get covered up. All the way down to the end. Break your seam stick. Okay, so all we need to do, yeah, gotta get rid of this thing, it's just causing trouble. All we gotta do is match up the line all the way down its length and baste it together as you go. Pretty simple. Be as accurate as you can. I'm going to scroll this up so I can get it underneath the throat of the sewing machine, all the way to the seam. Now we're going to take it to the machine. We're going to do 2 rows of a zigzag stitch here. So we're going to start on this side, and we'll do some reversing here. And I'm just going to use the right side of my center foot as my guide, and we'll sew all the way to the other side and do some reversing when we get there. And then we'll just put, we could either flip the panel or just kind of see through it and sew on the other side in the same manner. I can see through the fabric pretty easily, so I'm just going to not flip the fabric and sew my second row. And we'll sew all the way to the other end. I found that it was easier to see through the fabric without the LED light. That's very rare. I usually use it for everything except for when I'm filming. Coming up to the end. And do reversing. Done.
In this chapter, we'll be sewing on our tack patch and hemming around the perimeter of our sail.
One reason I left the staple in the tack is because I knew how to orientate it based on the staple holes. So it goes on like this. We're going to baste this on and sew this like we did the other patches. This is labeled the foot. Doesn't matter really where you start. It's going to be a double hem for strength. So we're going to put double-sided tape along this edge all the way down to the other side of the foot edge. I've peeled off the transfer paper, revealing the glue, and I'm going to fold to that line. So fold to this, and then you can use a object to crease it well, like the Sailrite canvas patterning ruler. It's not necessary because this just stuff creases so beautifully like this. And then what we'll do to create our double hem is we will put another row of basting tape right on top of this. I'm just showing this as an example so that we can cut down on time. And we'll peel off the transfer paper from this, and then this will be basted, and see how that captures the patch assembly over the top like that, all the way down. Okay, we've completed the foot edge. We're going to do the exact same thing with this, the leech edge. Okay, we're going to put the Sailrite tag in the leech edge, close to the clew patch. So I'm just going to bury it up here in this hem, and this tells the world that you did it yourself. This is the luff. It's a much larger hem, but it's still a double fold, so I'm putting double-sided tape on this edge, and I'll show you how we fold it all the way down. So this gets folded to the line just like the other ones, except for it's obviously bigger. And then we'll put double-sided tape here, and this will get folded like that. So I'm sewing the luff first, and I'm going to sew here, and I probably will sew here on the outside as well, but I don't necessarily have to. So I'm going to do some reversing up here at the top. We're going to cut that off at the end. So I'll sew down right along this edge with a zigzag stitch. I'll show you what we do when we get to the corner at the bottom when we get there. Okay, I'm coming to the corner. You can either reverse at the corner or turn the corner. I think I'm going to turn the corner. I'm going to reverse as well a little bit just to bury it. Okay, and then I'm going to put my machine in reverse, bury my needle by rotating the balance wheel, lift my foot, pivot on the needle. Not really in the right spot, but I'll just straighten it out, sewing to the right spot. And there we are. And we'll sew down this side, all the way down to the bottom and around. As you can see, I put another stitch here as we talked about. You don't have to do that, but I think it looks more professional.
Next, we'll be sewing the webbing onto the corners.
This is Dyneema webbing. It's very UV resistant and fairly thin, and you need to cut 3 sections, each of them being about 20 inches in length. Use a hot knife, that way the ends don't unravel. Put a 6-inch strip of basting tape here, and then over here on this side, put a 6-inch strip here as well. And do that for all 3 strips. Now, fold this so the basting tape is on the inside in half, and then measure over 1.5 inches from the fold and mark it with a pencil, and then flip it over 1.5 inches from the fold and mark it with a pencil there. Okay, peel off the transfer paper, revealing the glue, and we've cut that corner like that, and we'll base that going down this leg, and then we'll flip this over, and we'll put that pencil line on that cut mark, and we'll base this. We got to peel off the transfer paper going down the opposite leg. So just like that. Going down this way. Okay, and that should give you a loop that looks like that. Okay, and we'll do that to all 3 corners. They'll look a little bit different, but they just basically go down opposite legs at each corner because the corners are all different. And we will start up here towards the top, and I'm going to put a row of zigzag stitches here, doing some reversing. Basically right to the end of my sail, and go down this side. And then reverse at the bottom. And then I'm going to put another row right here. There we go. Now we're going to flip it over and do the same thing to the opposite side. So here's our next corner. We're going to repeat the same procedure. We're going to trim this one like this, and we're going to put our webbing on like this and have it folded under like that, following the same procedure. We'll show you what it looks like when we're done.
In this final chapter, we'll be attaching our snap pistons to the sail.
Okay, these are the Ronstand snap pistons, and this is obviously the part that you, the bail for it. So if you're right-handed, this is the luff. You'd probably be attaching it on this side. So I'm going to put the opener on that side, and we like to put it into the webbing. So if I flip this over, it's going to go over here. So the webbing gives it a little bit more reinforcement, right like that. And it doesn't have to be an exact spot, but someplace into the webbing. I'm going to flip this back over because this is where the screws go. And we're going to take the stainless steel screws that it comes with, and we're going to screw it into this. No need to punch a hole, but it does take some force to get it started. And it sandwiches down nicely. And we'll do the same thing with the second screw. Nice. Now we'll do this down at the foot section. That's closer to the head. On here towards the foot, the webbing's on the opposite side. That's no big deal. Nice, and then we'll screw it in that position just like we did before.
Our anchor riding sail is now complete and ready to be installed on the boat. You can find links to both the small and large kit in the description below. This kit also includes a finished sail bag so you can store your anchor riding sail.